Hey folks, welcome back here to the Vegas Don channel. We're here in just off of Sunset and Las Vegas Boulevard. And you can see in front of us there, the Las Vegas Strip, at least a very dusty Las Vegas Strip right there in front of us. Really weird. We get these dust storms here in the desert that just go nuts and really literally blow through town. It's amazing. But we're going to get started here in just a moment once we get some more folks joining us. It has been a very windy day here, blowing the dust all around and about. And been driving around trying to collect some videos for you guys, so hopefully you'll check those out in our video library very, very shortly. So it started a little bit earlier than normal here this evening, so apologies for that if you're just joining us. Give me just a second. This fell down back here. So put it back on there. All right. There we go. All right. So we're going to get moving here in just a moment. Once we get some more folks joining us, we are live streaming on YouTube and Instagram here this evening. Wanted to check it out, try it out. See if we can, I've never been on Instagram before, so I'm really trying. Tobin, welcome. Thank you so much for being here, buddy. Sorry I started a little bit early. I wanted to try and get down to Fremont a little bit earlier than normal. Need to find Michael Jackson down there because I know how much everyone enjoys those videos. So I need to find him and get some of his performance here this evening. But it's been a very windy day here, and as you can see, we're at that usual spot that we start our streams from, and it's very, very dusty. Mandalay Bay is only, what, 2 miles ahead of us, north of us there? And it's really, really bad. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, Tobin. I appreciate all your hard work this week, too. You've really, really done a lot, especially with regard to Cinnamon and Jupiter and vids from Mike. Very, very grateful. Thank you. Excuse me, I saw Vegas Unlocked, of course, was up. They got Sugar last night, at least for an hour of it, so that was good. And being able to watch them, since they always play so late, right? So it's hard to get them on Fridays, especially. I think they played this week on Monday, and then they did last night, and then they're excuse me, doing tonight. Here we go. That's better. So yeah, we'll get moving here in just a moment. I wanted to be able to allow other folks. Hope your week was good, Tobin, buddy. I know the weather up there was a lot better than it has been here. It was pretty warm towards the latter part of the week, but then today with this blowing through. But then next week we're supposed to be in the triple digits again. So let me move this one over here, and we'll move this one right here. There we go, that's better. Okay, now I can see this chat. Robert, welcome, buddy. Thanks for being here. Awesome, Tobin, thank you so much. That means a lot, man. Really, really grateful for that. This phone is, I don't know what's wrong with it. It's like splitting in half. Something going on there. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're going to go over here to Windy. Literally. New Jersey tags. That's a drive. Collision center over here. So that Shelby Mustang place is over here off to the right. Joseph, welcome, buddy. Thanks for being here, buddy. And there's nothing wrong with your picture. It is the dust that is blowing in all over the place here. It was windy earlier, but now it's really picked up. All that dirt and dust from the desert, blowing it into town and all around. You have the town square right there in front of us. Look at the trees. Critter Bones, welcome, buddy. Thanks so much for being here. Right on. Yeah, the trees are really getting it right now. Texas de Brazil over there. Tacos El Gordo right here on your left. Fat Man Tacos. And that's going to bring us over here to the Las Vegas Strip. Or at least just south of it. Oh, this guy's going straight. Yeah, so EDC is here this weekend. That is the Electronic Daisy Carnival. And let me get around him. Out at the Speedway. I did some video out there, just drove around. I wasn't able to get anywhere near the Speedway because they had cops all over the place controlling all access points. But it was, I was able to get it, you know, show you all the cops and everything around there, so. Yeah, it does. In fact, because the, you know, the airport's right there on the left. You can barely make out the tower, the airport tower right there in the distance. So yeah, turning northbound now towards the Strip. Look at this. A very dusty Las Vegas Strip. Huh. And this just happened within the last 30 minutes, really. Yeah, the winds were out of the west initially. I don't know what direction they're out of now, but they were initially out of the west. It was forecast to be at like 20 to 25. But they've definitely picked up. So EDC, my wife and I, Cinnamon and Jupiter, and I were watching a little bit of EDC last night. They were broadcasting it on YouTube. Nice, Critter Bones, wow. Well, at least you get the temperatures after all that. That's the reward, right, for going through all that. There's the Welcome to Las Vegas sign right there in the median. Harley Davidson and the Pinball Hall of Fame right up here on the right. Be a pinball wizard. Valley High Golf Club over here off to the left. And so, yeah, they had Tiesto on there. If you're familiar with EDM at all, the music, they had Tiesto there, and his set played from 12:40 to 2 a.m. and it wasn't his best set ever, I think, in my opinion. He needs, yes, I agree, Robert. Yeah, it's that spot. You know, the thing is with the airport, trying to plane spot here, the airport, the chain link fence is like black for some reason. And so it's really, really bad. You have, you know, you have to almost stand up on a ladder in order to see. I wish I did, Robert. I honestly, I mean, I told him about Sunset, but even Sunset, you know, you have the viewing area there, the airplane viewing area there off of Sunset, but it's they have the fence there, obviously, so it's really, really hard. My wife and I wanted to start doing that here originally. We had talked about doing plane spotting, and we went out and bought a bunch of equipment and stuff, and a bag. Because in the when you have less than 50 subs, you have to live stream from your computer. So we had a computer, and we had everything all set up, and we actually had Marshall, my son, there at the time, and he was in the back seat, and he was very unhappy. Very, very unhappy. It was a warm day, so she tried to get out the sunroof and do it that way. There is the Luxor right there. And then Alibaba up here, which kudos to Tobin. Thank you, Tobin. I didn't realize the Alibaba Casino was where that jackalope sign was that we just passed. Carrot Top. I saw he was on. Someone posted a video of him on a plane heading back east, but he does perform here at Luxor. Yes, Cinnamon. Remember that day we tried that? We tried to plane spot, and it was a hot day, and she's standing out the sunroof trying to see over the fence, and we couldn't really do it. And we had the air blasting. My son's in the back seat. He's all hot. And, of course, all the cold air is going right out the sunroof. So that was not a fun day. And especially for Sal, if he was here in July and August, that would be miserable. That's the one thing about trying to do plane spotting here. It would be absolutely miserable. There is your Statue of Liberty right there, 2/5 scale. 40% of the version there that is in New York Harbor with all of the different landmarks. Perhaps, yes, that would be cool. I'd like that, Cinnamon. Yeah. Yeah, we were really, really excited about it. We were like, yeah, let's go. Because I know, like Sal, of course, as you know, Sal's out there. He'll go 10, 11 hours sometimes, just depending, right? I was like, no, we're not going to do any 10-hour shift out there. That's just too much. Especially with our son in the back seat, you know, that would be, he wouldn't be able to run around or do anything. And so we would do like try and do like a few hours, but yeah, it's wild. So yeah, we watched Tiesto last night. It was surprising they did not have him on the main stage out there at EDC. He's like a goat in the world of electronic music in terms of the mixing and all that. But he is definitely a goat. And there's someone over here. I don't know how they did it, but they're right at that white car there, blocking the southbound lanes on the other side there. He is blocking everything. Cali Plains, there it is. Thanks, Tobin. Yeah. God, this guy, I'm glad they got out of there. And now we're being blocked by our own here. More horns. As we continue northbound here on the Las Vegas Strip on a Saturday evening. So, I don't know if you guys heard or not, but this week, the mayor here, Shelley Berkeley, her name is, she announced that they have approved a Circa 2 to be developed behind the parking garage for Circa 1 in what is known as Symphony Park down here. And so that was big news. She didn't mention anything about, you know, beautifying the east side of town or anything, but not that we would ever expect to hear that sort of thing. Never expect to hear that sort of thing. Yeah, we're going to really work on improving the east side of town. Trying to be winning encore. Yes, he is, Cinnamon. Absolutely. Yeah. So, Tobin, I think that was it. Yeah, opening up Circa 2. As you look in here to City Center, Cosmo and Aria Badara back in there, and then of course the Crystal Shops, Dolce & Gabbana, Louis Vuitton, Tom Ford, Fendi. This guy's got a camera on the bike there. Oh goodness, we've got someone singing over here. Let's get around them, get away from them. Make sure we don't get. Yeah, look at this. He's got a setup up there. Oh, and it's charging too. He's got it charging at the same time. That's pretty cool. This intersection here with Harmon. Yeah, so then they wanted to also build a casino there in the historic West Side, which is north of the 95 and west of the 15. and they held a meeting, and the city essentially came up with all these rules and stipulations that they would have to put into place and follow in order for them to build this casino there. So they wanted to call it Harlem Nights, from what I read. Yeah, so they're going to have to try and meet a whole bunch of different rules and regulations and everything else in order for them to be approved for that site. That's going to be interesting to see. I think one of the commissioners that voted on it was actually one of the landowners, which I didn't think was allowed. But, you know, ethics violations in this state, they just kind of go the way of the dodo bird. No one pays attention to them for some reason. So, yeah, the casinos run it all. Breeze Daiquiri Bar. I didn't even know that was there. I've never seen that. Sugar Factory, Rainforest Cafe, Bubba Gump Shrimp Company. That's the one thing about this town. You have all manner of dining options here. There is just everything to choose from. Come in and it's cosmopolitan in that regard. You know, it's your San Fran, it's your New York. All the good dining destinations of the world. Well, certainly the U.S. Maybe not the world. I'm sure Paris would be way up on that list somewhere as well. So the dust is still blowing in. You can see it there in the distance. Oh, goodness. Hurry up and stop. Hurry up and stop. Gordon Ramsay burger there. As we come up to Planet Hollywood on the right there. And then the Cosmo, of course, over here on the left. And Paris, speaking of which, right there on the right. I'm gonna go ahead and get Robin. Whoa, no, I'm not. Okay, now I'm gonna get Robin. Yeah, so tickets out there. So guys, please check out my Instagram. I posted a screenshot on Instagram, VegasDon4747. I know some of you don't have Instagram, but I'll tell you that I looked, just out of curiosity, for day 2 or night 2 of EDC out there. And again, they have a live stream out there. It's called Insomniac Productions. So you could probably look up EDC Las Vegas 2025 or whatever and find their live stream if you're interested in it later. But we were watching it last night, and they wanted, so I looked it up today, it was $870 per person to go out there this evening. $870 per person. And that's just general admission. They have other options, like general admission plus, where I guess they give you, you know, like a pack of bubble gum and paper clips or something. And then there's VIP, which includes, I don't know, a ride on a Ferris wheel or something. I don't know. I looked at the website. I was just laughing so hard I had to click off all the nonsense. The VIP stuff was like $1,650. It was wild. $1,600. So it really wasn't that much of a savings over the general admission. And then your drinks. Well, I posted that as well too. And that's on Instagram, and again, that's VegasDon4747. But I will tell you, a 6-pack of Bud Light, they wanted $140 for. 140 for a 6-pack of Bud Light. And I'll spoil one more, because I know my wife Cinnamon was really, really astonished by this one. A 6-pack of Smart Water was or is this weekend out there at EDC, $90. Now I don't know if those are the Smart Waters that you get like at the airport that are what, 32 ounces or whatever. It didn't say, or if they're smaller than that. But you're in a desert and they want to charge you that much for water. Welcome to Las Vegas. It's a really expensive proposition. I mean, those VIP tickets, And then they have the, like the 3-day pass and stuff too, on top of that. Oof. For all 3 nights. I know I saw on social media there were a whole bunch of RVs that arrived here yesterday that were just all lined up, ready to go, because it's at the Speedway, so they can park on the infield there. But they also have, because of the stages, they also have these elaborate decorations all over the place. The main stage had an owl last night. Was it last year? They had like a woman, like from the shoulders up, and her eyes lit up different colors and all sorts of different things. So yeah, a lot of the folks out there are definitely on something else. Moulin Rouge, yes, that's right. A teetotaler, yes, absolutely, Cinnamon. Well, even $90. Gosh, $90 for a 6-pack of water. Yikes. They are making some money. But just wild. You know, where does it end? The pricing. And again, Steven from Not Leaving Las Vegas, he has talked about this at length on his channel, and a lot of it makes sense, because there's a G-Class Benz right there. Looks like it's been lowered. This is Flamingo here, Flamingo Road, major east-west artery here in town. There's the Cromwell. But the casinos, again, if you're new to the channel, they sold the land and the building to like hedge funds and stuff, and then lease back the casino operations from those hedge funds. So now you're not paying just one entity, you're paying 2. You're paying the hedge fund, and then you're paying for the casino operators like MGM and Caesars, etc. So it's one of the reasons that things have gotten so whales, right? Oh, we got some 4-wheelers over here putting on a little parade, coming down here to the Strip. It's not something you see every day. And then there's the Mirage, and they are putting that thing up fast. And oh, by the way, the A's Stadium, they said they got the drills in the ground this week, so they're starting the Las Vegas A's Stadium now. But that is the guitar-shaped hotel taking shape. And then we got some, looks like a pretty good crowd out here in front of Venetian. I know last night, watching Vegas Unlocked here on YouTube, the crowds out there at Fremont seemed kind of light, in my opinion. I don't know if that's just because of the prices of hotels, because they said 500,000 people are here this weekend because of EDC. So that's a lot of filled up hotel rooms. You can imagine how much those hotel rooms were costing. So I'm guessing a lot of people were like, okay, yeah, the hotels are just ridiculous this weekend, so we're not going to bother going. And all those people are all out at the Speedway north of town. So you have that, and then you also have next weekend, but being, of course, Memorial Day weekend. So I'm sure some of those people might be waiting for the 3-day holiday weekend next weekend to come down to Vegas. But it did seem kind of light in terms of traffic down there, foot traffic down on Fremont Street. It's okay right now. I mean, over here on the Strip, not terribly packed. And you see the crowds on the other side here of Las Vegas Boulevard, walking under the scaffolding there for the Hard Rock. Obi-Wan, welcome. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for being here. Yeah, so again tonight, 8:30 Pacific, 11:30 Eastern, we'll do a live with Alter Ego down here on Fremont Street. If I have any battery, and I can't guarantee it, if I have any battery left and I'm able to charge it at all, I'll try to do like a little bit of sugar, but I can't guarantee it, so I don't want to say for sure. But they don't start until 11. Whoa, we got traffic going all over the place here. So come up here to the Palazzo entrance and Mistier Dreams on the left. Yeah, you can see the dust still. It's still blowing like crazy. see the trees here in front of Palazzo blowing around like crazy there. And this is Sands here, where the former Sands Hotel and Casino used to be located. But it becomes Spring Mountain Road over on the left side here, and you take that west to the left here, and that will take you across the interstate and over to Chinatown here in Las Vegas. Very windy, yes. I read that Chicago had a really bad windstorm or something yesterday, and I'm like, I was thinking they probably got it from us, because we had one last weekend too that kind of blew through. Yeah, it's really, really windy. Dust all over the place. Not a good day to wash your car. Not a good day for that sort of thing. Gao Pao Gao Chow, Maggiano's here at the Fashion Show Mall, Benihana, the Capitol Grill, tacos and margaritas. Happy Camper, we still need to check that one out, Cinnamon. I've heard a lot of good things about that place, but I've never been in. But I can tell you that Cinnamon went to Beer Park last weekend. That's why she wasn't here. She went to Beer Park, and I hope I'm not out of line when I say that her experience there was underwhelming. But I'll let her fill in the blanks. She said the service was not the greatest. So we passed the Wynn and Encore over here off to the right. Brewdog, that's what it was, my bad, yes. Brewdog. Yeah, she went there with our boys. Oh, we got two Zookses right next to each other right here. Two automated driving vehicles right there. Owned by Amazon. And there is Resorts World there on the left, along with the $10 souvenir shop over here on the right. Convention Center, the 4.6 million square foot convention center over here off to the right. A massive facility. And you can see the signs there for the different brands at Resorts World: Conrad, Crockford's, Hilton, etc. I've seen a lot of locals. Look at those trees. Woo! I don't know if you can hear it pushing up against the car. The winds. An hour, goodness, yeah. Which is crazy, because you know those guys, they want churn, right? They want to turn those tables over. So you'd think they'd bring you your food pretty quickly, because they want to hurry up and put someone else in that seat. Elvis Presley Boulevard over here. We're about to cross here in front of the $5 billion Circus. Right there. Yeah, Tobin, it is. I would have probably said something, but that's probably why she didn't want me to go. I would never be a jerk. I would just be like, hi. As the kids say nowadays, we out here. So Sahara Hotel and Casino right there in front of us, but this one is, of course, the Fontainebleau. We need to get in there and get some video, but I will tell you, so I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, oh, you did say something, okay. At the beginning of the stream, I mentioned Tiesto, which is one of the goats of electric music, electronica, EDM. And so he is actually going to be at LIV nightclub, which is inside the Fontainebleau right here on the right. I don't know, Poe. They've been talking about selling, so it's up for sale right now. I know they did some renovations last year, and I guess they figured, okay, we spent enough. Let's put it up for sale. We're done spending money on it. So I'm not sure. 4 huge fountains. Really? Wow. Rolls Royce right there, huh? Trying to get into Fontainebleau. Yeah, so he's going to be performing in there at LIV, which is, I guess, Live. And from what I understand, it's a small venue, and ticket prices are outrageous, of course. It's funny how aggressive people are driving on the Strip. But that's really the case down here, all over the place. So, guys, I thought of a new fun drinking game this week, and you can use coffee, milk, tea, whatever you want. It doesn't have to be any alcohol. Every time we see a car with no tag on it, take a shot. If it is alcohol, make sure you're staying at home, have nowhere to go, because you'd probably be passed out pretty soon, given all the number of vehicles in this town with no tags. There are a lot of them. Another fun drinking game here on the Vegas Don channel would be to take a shot every time we see a dumpster on the side of the road. I'll have people begging me not to go to the east side of town. Don't do it. That's where all of them are located. Again, this old IHOP looking building here on the left, still sitting there in that shape, condition. A lot of people here at Strat. Yeah, there's a lot of people crossing over here. Oh, they look like party goers. I see a dude with green hair. I see a dude with purple hair. Hey, School Zone, welcome. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's definitely unlike any other place. Oh, only 2 likes. Guys, please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys helping us out. Look at all this crowd. They're headed to EDC. We've got to have all the buses over here. Yep. Off to the right. Huh. All those party goers. Gotta go ahead and get over here in the other lane because I want to show you guys, for anyone new that hasn't seen it yet, a little Hollywood history up here. Showgirls right there, 50 feet tall. Right there on the left. Dice and poker chips and City of Las Vegas sign right there at their feet. So there is Atomic Golf right there. Cosmic Restaurant and Bar. There, Atomic Golf. So this is Main Street, in between Fremont and Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Strip. So we pass Oki here. And this is coming into the Arts District here, which they're really trying to revitalize. See the sign there on the left that said Downtown Las Vegas? And it's busy down here too. A lot of vehicles parked out here, so that's good. It's good for business. Sal, welcome. Irvin, welcome. Oh my, this guy pulled right out. All right, here we go. If you have ever seen the movie The Hangover 3, there's a scene in it where they're crossing the street a la the Beatles, a la Abbey Road. And this is that spot right here. And they have the mural here dedicated to it. So you have, it says Vintage Vegas on the mural right there. But across the street, that sign was probably made for the movie because it's not there. And then Beer Garden over there. But that's pretty cool. Hollywood history here on the streets of Las Vegas. Dr. Sasquatch. Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you for being here, buddy. Right, so a little bit of Hollywood right here. One of the filming locations here for The Hangover. They also did one down by, in the first movie, the first Hangover, they did one down by the airport. It was across the street from Mandalay Bay in kind of a dirt lot, I remember. Get across there, and so we have some more restaurants and artsy type of places, antique shops. A great place to go antiquing as well, this area in here off of Main Street. And that looks like an old service station. Now it's called Auto Body and Soul. So I'm guessing it's a body shop. But here is a vintage clothing spot right there. Gonna make this left. Oh, I can't do that. Okay, let me go up here. Apologies for the sun, guys. I'll get it out of here in a sec. There is Cerveza Bottle Shop Tap Room right there. We have Commerce here, but it's one way. So let me get across here. In between the Strip and Fremont Street. And I thought, GPS says there's a road up here. That's the interstate right there in front of us, Interstate 15. Does not appear to be a road here, okay? We'll turn it around, a dumpster. So yeah, if you look in the distance, you can see the dust. It's below the clouds, it's in between the ground and the clouds. It's always freaky when you see that. Yeah, Sal, come on out. Just try not to visit the east side of town. You don't want to go to the east side of town. And so back here to Commerce. Kitchen Mi Barrio Cocktails. Mi Barrio Kitchen Cocktails. Okay, there we go. So we'll go back here to Main Street through the Arts District in here. It would be nice if they could build this area up, but it's a 2-mile stretch from the Strat up to Fremont Street. And so that's a lot of property that needs to be built back up in order for them to work on making it a one big connective tissue, if you will. On the left here, we have a Cybertruck. God, I just don't understand. I'm not a fan. Holstein's Shakes and Buns right there. They were located over at, was it Cosmo? I guess they relocated there. Whoa, guys. Well, you don't have a crosswalk, but go ahead. Pharmacy Board Shop over here. And this is Charleston. I want to show you guys one more thing in here. Actually, you know what? Can I do this? Yes. Apologies again for the sun. It'll be gone here in just a moment. And there's a lot of art up and down this alleyway. But this is what I wanted to show you guys. I know I've shown some of you before, but if you're new to the channel, please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. And also check out Cinnamon and Jupiter here on YouTube. My wife's channel. There's a good view at look at the dust still in the air, looking back at the Strip right there. And these guys here, Metalworks that they have here. They are ugly, I agree, buddy. Ugh. I can't get into them at all. You have the Sasquatch there, Spider-Man. This is all made out of metal. UFO there. And there's a Brontosaurus. And then there's a recreation of the final scene in Jurassic Park, the original Jurassic Park. The dining room scene with the 2 velociraptors battling the T-Rex. But just cool stuff, I think. Let's go ahead and get across this alley one more time here. Go across. She's like, what are you doing back here? You're only allowed one travel up the alley a day. Lots of sneakers hanging all around here. So that's another thing, guys. If that's your thing with, you know, the whole cannabis thing, you don't want to buy it when you're on the Strip or down on Fremont Street. It does not contain THC. They're not allowed to. What is it, 1,500 feet, I believe? Oh, thank you, sir. You just blocked me. All right, let's get around you. Go over here. So it's a big deal, obviously, for a lot of folks that are into that sort of thing, and just want to make you guys aware. No THC when you buy from a place that is on Fremont or the Las Vegas Strip. They have to be 1,500 feet away from either one of them. And I know that's a big deal for a lot of folks. Let's go ahead and make this right here onto Charleston. So Casino Center Boulevard, it's interesting. It has the name Casino Center Boulevard here on the right side, and on the left side it turns into Art Way, but it's also Casino Center Boulevard up there at the next block, the next traffic light there, which is interesting. It's kind of disjointed, but then it does an S curve here, so that's probably why Art Way kind of peels off here. But then I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, they don't do a whole lot in the way of signage here in this town, and as you've seen here on the Vegas Don channel, the roadways are not marked very well. The interstate is fine. Those are all, you know, supposed to be kept up to federal standards. This is 4th Street here. Come back over here to Las Vegas Boulevard. Yes, Sal, absolutely. And it's important. I think it's important to tell people that, you know, because my guess is, knowing Vegas, they're probably charging more for something that is less than what you're expecting to get, right? It'd be like buying a car that doesn't have an engine in it. They're still going to charge you for it, but Bliss Wedding Chapel, right there on the right. Yes, exactly, Tobin. Thank you. 45 people in here. Please do like, follow, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Really, really helps us out and helps out the algorithm. My big pal Al here on the Vegas Don channel. And you see the median in here is lined with a lot of signs from days gone by here in Vegas. Motel Domino, Deluxe Accommodations, Gas Avenue. So now we're gonna pass Gas, sorry, and go up here to Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, home of Pawn Stars. Right here. Transit Securities parked in here, huh? Turn it around, but this is the location here of the television series known as Pawn Stars, home of Rick Harrison, Chumley, etc. The old man when he was still alive. And there is his Pawn Plaza right there with his barbecue joint and bar, Rick's Bar, as seen on TV, it says right there, on the 2nd floor. And it has a balcony up there kind of overlooking Las Vegas Boulevard. So that's pretty cool. But they also have a couple of other little shops and stuff of that nature in here. Flavor Street Cafe, it says. It seemed a lot busier last weekend. But this is a fully functioning pawn shop, open 24 hours. You can come in here and, you know, pawn something if you want. I will tell you, though, the inside, it's pretty tight, cramped in there. and it's not exactly as the way they make it out to be on TV. Josh, welcome. Thank you for being here, buddy. Appreciate you being here, man. Awesome. Uber, Lyft, and cab drivers. So there's a guy named David who lived here for a long time. He's now in Maine, but he comments a lot on a lot of the videos. Tells me a lot of information about stuff the way it used to be and stuff. He says Boston Pizza up here has actually been here for a long time. So I do want to check that out. As well as Brooklyn Pizzeria, which my wife and I actually did try out. It's over there off of Rancho in between the 95 and Charleston. And we both loved it, as I recall. Those were back in the COVID days too, where you had to have the 6 feet of separation and all that. So a little bit of a stressful experience going through all that. Get over here. Apache Motel sign right there in the median. Master Charge, Visa, American Express, air conditioned, color TV, Tubbs, ice, right there in the median. Come up here to Carson Avenue. There's the Fremont Street parking garage right there on the left. You can park there, or you could park. Oh, look at that. What is that? Let's see if I can zoom in on that. There you go. That's a little blurry. Want some sugar? Yes. I will, I'll try. If I have any juice in the phone, I will try my best to be able to get them this evening, but we'll see. So here is the Fremont Street experience right here off to the left. Your Fremont Street parking garage, well, get out of the way. There you go. Your Fremont Street parking garage, it's about $25 right now to park on the weekends there. And they have, you might as well just call it surge pricing there, where if there's an event going on, whatever they deem that to be, then they'll jack the price up even more. And we're seeing a lot of that nowadays in Vegas. A lot of the restaurants down on the Strip are doing surge pricing, wherein, like, if they get busy and there's a line waiting to get in, they'll jack their prices up. And you won't really even know it. You know, back in the COVID era, when you would go to a restaurant, they would just direct you to a QR code. And from what I've read, that's what a lot of them are still doing. They're directing you to a QR code because they're text you to a website or something where the information's very fluid and someone can go in there and just change it. Oh, nice, Josh. You're there. Oh, so you're down here. Okay, cool. Are you filming tonight? Or did you say and I missed it? Oh my goodness. Well, I can't get in here. I was going to show you the Mob Museum, but it's right here off to our right. Yes, Sal, exactly. Absolutely. And so, that's what I was mentioning earlier with not leaving Las Vegas. Steven, from his channel this week, he was saying that, they don't really want your money. They want the whales to come in. And so, I don't know how many whales there are in the world. I mean, think about all the casinos there are down here. How many whales are there that could fill up those casinos? But they're definitely doing their best to scare people away. With gusto. Come up here to Main Street, USA, Main Street, Las Vegas, and Main Street Station right there in front of us. Apologies for the sun there. There we go. Only outfield not. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna try and do Alter Ego. They start at 8, but well, it's after the light show and all that. I'm gonna try and get a seat there at Whiskey Liquor and hopefully be able to live stream them. So this is okay. So the Circa right here on the left, and then you have the overhead walkway there connecting the casino to its parking garage. I'm gonna go make a right here and see if I can find this spot. He does have crazy hair, and it seems to be different every show. He changes it constantly. Okay, so if you're just joining us, mentioned earlier in the stream that this week it was announced that the Circa has been approved to create and build a Circa 2, which would be right over here. Yep, on, what is this, City Parkway? So this is the area known as Symphony Park, and they're trying to rebuild it, but it looks like this is the land right here upon which they will build Circa 2, right here on the other side of the parking garage for Circa 1. And the railroad tracks run between the two, but they'll probably just build a bridge over that one and get over it. Oh yeah, no, I usually go straight there, but I wanted to show the Circa 2 location here. There's a lot of foot traffic down here, especially on this side. Jason's Deli over here on the right. How was Pop-Up Pizza? I went there one time, and I just wasn't that impressed. A twin, yes, exactly. And in the meantime, I also mentioned earlier in the stream, they were talking about the building a casino on the historic west side of town, off of, I think it's like F Street and Jackson or something like that. There were some empty lots. I drove by there today and did video of it. But yeah, so they want to build something there, but the city is attaching all sorts of rules and stipulations to it. So that's the lot right there. They want to put up Circa 2 here in the area known as Symphony Park, just on the west side of the tracks here. I'm gonna make a U-turn here. And they actually have, wow, they actually have the construction trailer already here? Wow, that was fast. Right on, Josh. Thank you so much for being here, buddy. I appreciate you coming in. You too, buddy. Oh, so that's why. Okay, so you have the coaches over here, the buses, and people are probably EDCing it up to the speedway from here. That's why all the crowds are over here. There we go. That makes sense now. I'm not sure what time they open up there at the speedway. I think it's like 7, something like that. Yeah, you're making good money when you can build a casino next door to your other casino, right? Life is good then. Sal, thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. Really awesome. Thank you. Shout out to my moderators. Thank you guys so very, very much for being mods and being here. I know it's a Saturday night and you probably have a million other places you could be, but I'm really, really grateful you're here. We don't have much in the way of sports. I think there's a game 6 tonight with Dallas and Winnipeg. An elimination game for Winnipeg yet again. And that will determine who gets to face Edmonton, because of course they knocked off the Golden Knights earlier this week. So, yeah, the way some of these people are dressed, yikes. Huh. Can you imagine them walking around their hotel room, or hotels like this? All right, buddy, are you gonna stay there? All right. Oh boy. Okay. Garage Mahal, it's called right there at the Circa. And then the Golden Gate right there, the oldest casino here in Las Vegas. I got kicked out of there last week. Well, I didn't get kicked out. They told me to stop filming. No video in here. They were like, no video. They were all mad. And it was like the girls, the dancing girls, right? Michael, welcome. Oh, there you, awesome. Thank you, Michael, right on. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. And also check out Vids from Mike, VIDSFROMMIKE, here on YouTube. He does some terrific sunrise and sunset drone videos to include plane spotting and time-lapse videos of the weather here, which can be very crazy and unpredictable, as you can see with the dust blowing around, although it seems to have dissipated somewhat from the beginning of the stream. All right, let's make this turn, head down here by Golden Nugget. Yeah, Mike does some terrific videos, guys. Please check those out and throw him a like and subscribe. He also does some natural features here in town, or here in the state, like Gold Butte National Monument. So definitely check those out. I don't know how these guys are, where are you getting your money to be able to afford to go to EDC? I want the job you guys have. I think this is an Uber. Okay, good. It's not. And so we're gonna drive right by the Golden Nugget. Inflation has not yet hit, relatively speaking, but it is $50 US to park there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Just wild. I bet it did. Yeah, that's that surge pricing, Joseph, right? That they call it? Surge pricing. Oh, well, we're kind of full this weekend, so we need to jack the prices up on everyone. I don't know. But people keep coming. That's the thing. So they're getting away with it because, you know, people are still coming here and spending the money and all that. So I guess until that ends. And they say we're right in the cusp of a recession right now, so we'll see. Also, please check out Cinnamon and Jupiter here on YouTube. Common spelling on both of those. She does some terrific sunrise, no, wrong channel. Some terrific astrological and spiritual videos on her channel. So please check those out. And even if that's not your thing, if you could still like and subscribe, it would really mean a lot to us. Really want to help her build her channel. She puts a lot of pressure on herself and stays up late. Thank you, Tobin. Stays up late making videos. Exactly, Joseph, you're right, yeah. Ryan, welcome. Welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while. How you been? So we have this queue of taxis over here waiting for fares from Golden Nugget, looks like. Or anyone, really. But they won't take you to the neighborhoods outside town. So don't expect a ride home. As I learned on New Year's Eve. So these are all unmarked. I'm guessing they're marshals? But I thought okay, no. Yeah, they're unmarked and they have regular old state plates on them there. This is what, a Polaris right in front of us, right? The electric car. It has been a minute. Thank you for being here, Ryan. Right on. Ryan's one of our OGs. He's been here since the beginning. We're coming up on our 2-year anniversary of the Vegas Dawn channel here on YouTube. We started in May of 2023, May 23rd of 2023. Oh, where are you going, Polaris? There we go. This is Ogden here. We'll make a right. Head east for a moment. So one thing I noticed, and of course, so I told you about the experience I had at Golden Gate. Oh, here you go, Tobin. Is this a Chevy or a Cadillac? I think it's a Chevy. Bel Air. There she is. I don't know about the gold trim though. Tip Top Smoke, welcome. Thank you for being here. Awesome. And so we watch JoJo the Squirrel, Late Nights with JoJo the Squirrel on YouTube, and he went into the Grand, which we just passed over there on the left, and the Bel Air distracted me there. And he went in there, and they actually gave him a lanyard that says, you know, allowed to video record or whatever. That's a first. I've never seen that. And again, you go into some of the casinos, they scurry you out of there. They will not, if they see you filming, you know, there's some laundering going on here, guys. Get out of here. We can't have that on film. Have that up on YouTube. God. Reminds me of Ozark, the show Ozark, right? They use the casino for that purpose. 57 Bel Air, nice. Very cool. That was a beautiful car. I just didn't know the gold trim. Maybe if it was chrome. The gold trim I would think would like start to tarnish over time, depending upon what it's made out of. Bombshell. Brazilian Waxing and Beauty Lounge right here at the base of the Ogden. Oh, here comes another one, Tobin. This red one. Like ZZ Top. Go over here to the Fremont East District. There is that man on a horse there right in front of us. That's the sign that used to be out in front of the Hacienda Hotel and Casino until '96, at which point Mandalay Bay replaced the Hacienda and they relocated this sign here, and I'm glad they did. It's good that they're trying to maintain some semblance of old Vegas here. Hydraulics, yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's, God knows how much they probably spent to do all that, right? Yikes. Mickey Finn's over here on the right, next to Hennessy's Tavern. And they have, of course, Heart Attack Grill over here, where if you go in there and you're over 350 pounds, you get to eat for free. However, if you do not finish your meal, they will paddle you, literally, with a wooden paddle. So bear that in mind. They also put you in a hospital gown. Every guest in their restaurant there, you puts on a hospital gown. The wait staff all wears nurse and doctor uniforms, etc. And so this is the gritty Fremont East District. Although I think gritty could probably apply to the whole thing, Fremont, but that's why when I say glitz and glamour, it's hard to include, hard to include the Fremont Street in all of that. They've got some sort of festival or something going on up here because the road's blocked, it looks like. Someone just got married over there. Yes, Armadillo, absolutely. Yes. So I'm going to make a right and get around this. Rock and Gem Show today. Okay. I don't know if you can see all the tents. They all only have the frames in place. It looks like the tents have all been ripped off. The wind's probably got to them. There's the Praying Mantis right there. Container Park right here, which is after 9 p.m. is 21 and over. We'll make a left here on Carson. They have all sorts of construction down here all over the place too. All along the road. Yes, absolutely, Anonymous. Yes. Yeah, Anonymous, if you could email me your comments about Matthew, I'm really interested to learn more about that without saying too much. It's hello at VegasDon. No, correction. Hello VegasDon at Gmail is our email. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to learn the details of that, because I had no idea. They still have it closed there, but I want to find the ambassador, because Tobin mentioned the Ambassador, the back of the Ambassador specifically this week. So I want to see if I can find that real quick here. This is just a mess. Everything under construction, all over the place. So this is 10th, okay? I have Mother Goose over here in the parking lot. Is that what that is? Yep. Golden Goose, okay. Not Mother Goose, but Golden Goose. So let's go up here to Ferguson's. And then we have 11th Street Records. New, used, buy, sell, trade, really. Right there, record shop, huh? A little bit of nostalgia there. And then, of course, here we are. Ferguson's Motel with the mannequins hanging out, literally. And there's one back there behind the on the Travelers Motel sign right there. You can see him. Again, literally hanging out. And then up there we've got the Big Rig Jig. Pretty cool stuff. Very different. Very, very different. Rooted in community, local art, and creators. Local music, art, and creators. Awesome. Thank you, Anonymous. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm curious. My wife and I were like, what? No way. Lucky Motel over here on the left. And then Las Vegas Motel. Of course, these places are all shuttered and closed now. Star View Motel there. As we cross 13th Street. Los Gables Court here. And definitely in need of renovation at the very least. Siegel Suites Fremont 2 right there. And then a 7-Eleven. Shout out to 7-Eleven, man. 162 7-Elevens. Yeah, they are. Sal, it's pretty cool. Probably because they, A, business, lack of business, and B, because they just let them fall into disrepair, would be my guess. Armadillo, Armadillo. You know, they run a business into the ground, especially when they know it's failing. A lot of people, they don't care anymore, so they're like, they don't do even the most basic maintenance or anything. Safari Motel there on the left. Roadway Inn there on the left. Color TV. All right. Tu trabajo es tu crédito. Your job is your credit is your job. Your work is your credit. Something like that. Okay, so here we go. So the dust is, I guess, back, or maybe never left. There is, of course the building's going to block it, but Frenchman's and Sunrise Mountain Peaks are on top of AutoZone there in the distance, and they're barely discernible. So we come up here to Fremont and Charleston here. The dust storm is coming, definitely. Yes, you mean there's more to come? Yikes. And we'll make this right here. $3.57 a gallon here at this Arco for regular unleaded. And there it is, the Blue Angel Motel sign. Blue Heaven Lounge. Right there in front of us. She's turning side to side there. A little bit of Old Vegas there. Wow, only one 7-Eleven. Wow. They're like on every corner here. It's wild. But they restored her and brought her back to her former glory. And there she is. Very cool stuff. So we're going to turn around, head back up Fremont. Try and keep the sun out of this. And head over here to Eastern, this little triangular intersection they have here, because of the way that these three roads merge or intersect, come together. So yeah, the mountains are out there. There's a lot of dust out there. Goodness. Let me back up here. Oh yeah, Tony, what's going on? Tobin, what's going on with Tony? Anuel, welcome. Thank you for being here. Readmitted, what's wrong? Do we know? Yeah, he's definitely having a hard time. That little building there, it looks like it would be a Starbucks, is still sitting there. Unfinished. Not sure what they're going to do with that. And guys, once again, if you're new to the channel, please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. Really helps us out. Hit that notification bell so that you know when we post new videos. And also, please check out my wife's channel, Cinnamon and Jupiter, here on YouTube, as well as my buddy Mike at Vids from Mike, VIDSFROMMIKE. Cinnamon and Jupiter is common spelling on that. Fluid retention. Oh my goodness. Yikes. I hope he's okay. So now back westbound here on Fremont Street. I think back in the day, these guys used to come up from Boulder City, where they were building the Hoover Dam for those 4 years. And they would drive this path all the way up here to go to Fremont, downtown, to let loose. I don't know where the Ambassador is. I tried to Google it and I couldn't find it either. But if it's in here somewhere. Maybe it's there where they have the road blocked off up there. Yes, thank you, Tobin. You're the best, buddy. Fremont Manor Condos. Rent monthly right there. So we come up here to Bruce Street. We've done a lot of videos up and down Bruce Street. Feel free to check those out. And again, a fun drinking game as we drive by 2-3 of them right in a row right there here on the Vegas Don channel. And that can be espresso, milk, whatever. Every time you watch a video on Vegas Don and we see a car with no tag on it, take a shot. Any shot. Just make sure if you're imbibing alcohol that you plan on staying home and have nowhere to go. Because there's so many vehicles here without tags. I saw like 1 million of them today just driving around. 6th Street, okay. Oh, and that was blocked, wasn't it? 6th Street. Wow, you're good, Tobin. I couldn't find it. That was quick. Yeah, they got it blocked off. Let me see what I can do. This is 11th, okay. And then there's Ferguson's again with the big rig jig right there and the mannequins hanging out back there. These things you just never notice. There's Atomic Liquors right there on the left. Long-time mainstay here downtown, where they used to watch the Atomic Action, I'll call it. Can't use certain words, of course. The Atomic Action down there at Amargosa Valley. All right, where they would do some testing out there. It is just the Ambassador. Okay, gotcha. And hopefully El Cortez blocks out the sun here. There we go. Yeah, so guys, the cheapest parking here downtown, it's going to be right here at El Cortez. It's $11, $10.99, but yeah. And that's right here on the right. So you're here at 7th and Ogden. Okay, why does that say $25? Oh, for electric. Wait, no, what? Now it's 25? Why is it 25? As I'm telling you guys something completely different. What? They increased it? Wow. And this is like not convenient. It's far from Fremont. I mean, you got, what, 2 blocks plus 1 block south? So you got to walk 3 blocks just at the beginning. Wow. That is astonishing. Here's some more buses to pick up partygoers, revelers out there, out at EDC. As we approach 7 p.m. here, local time. Just a reminder, we're going to try and go online here at 8:30 Pacific, 11:30 Eastern. Stream the Alter Ego concert. Local Las Vegas band Alter Ego. And there's, where is Ambassador? It would have to be this way, because I think I'm pretty familiar with all the signs over there. Yeah, those are all, okay. Vegas Unlocked, welcome. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. If you're new to the channel, please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. And also check out Vegas Unlocked here on YouTube. Terrific people. They do live streams. Is that 6th and Fremont, Tobin? We'll go by the container park here one more time. Yes, Vegas Unlocked, terrific people, awesome channel, terrific material. They get out there and they have a good time. They'll do the Las Vegas Strip on Wednesday nights, and then they will do the do Fremont Street down here on Friday nights. So definitely check them out. Very, very cool people. Very genuine and real and down to earth. Oh, that's true, Mike. That might be it. Oh, yeah, because of EDC. Wow. They are capitalizing. That's incredible. Yeah, usually it's $10.99. Wow. They are. Yes, Sal, absolutely. They really are milking him. That's wow. Because it's not convenient to Fremont Street, at least not the Fremont Street experience there. So guys, once again, please do check out Cinnamon and Jupiter here on YouTube. Also Vids from Mike, VIDS FROMMIKE. And also Vegas Unlocked. Awesome channels here in Vegas. Please throw them a like and subscribe, all 3 of them. They're really, really awesome people. Especially my wife. Yeah, Sal, Carnival. So they have a Ferris wheel. That's the big deal for the VIP. For the VIP tickets. The Ferris wheel. That's wild. All right, I'm going to make a left here onto Ogden. So guys, thank you so very, very much for joining. I'm going to go try and find a place to park now and try not to get ripped off. And I will see you guys hopefully in about 90 minutes, about 8:30-ish here Pacific. Very, very grateful for each and every single one of you. I could not do this without you guys. So a heartfelt thank you from all of us here at the Vegas Don channel. We love you. Thank you so very, very much. And I know Cinnamon and Jupiter really appreciates you liking and subscribing to her as well, as does Vids from Mike, and definitely Vegas Unlocked. Let's get Vegas Unlocked up to 2,000 subs. They're right there. They're right on the fringe of 2,000 subs. Absolutely, Mike. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sal. And as always, remember here on the Vegas. Thank you, Tobin. I appreciate that. I hope to see you in a little bit, Tobin. And as always, remember here on the Vegas Don channel, it is the journey where what happens in Vegas stays right here on the Vegas Don channel on YouTube. We'll see you next time, guys. Thank you so much.